world, welcome back to another HeroCTF V4 write-up video. In this video, we'll be covering the forensics challenge where all problems starts, part 2 out of 4. Let's get into it. I'm not going to take the time to read all that. This is a pretty big challenge, so let's dive right into it. So this is kind of feeding off the previous challenge, and this time we need to identify the actions of the malware that was loaded from the USB drive. So if we go and take a look at what the malware was called, they called it iExplorer64.exe. So where's a good place to start for us then? Well, why don't we just do a keyword search for iExplorer64.exe in autopsy. We already have some files that came back. Let's check out some of these registry ones. Okay, app data. So we could potentially check there. Oh, okay, interesting. Okay, so why don't we check in C user temp for the executable? Because we could potentially analyze it or reverse engineer it to see if there's any kind of flag or something that's inside of it. So let's go to users. Bertrand. It was in app data local temp, so we want to go to app data local temp. And I don't see it in here, so it must have been deleted. That's unfortunate, but maybe that's in another location for us. Let's go back and let's see. So that looks suspicious right there. What is this? It's in the registry, so it must be a registry key. And from the looks of things, it's taking that iExplorer64 and replacing the one that's in System 32, or putting it in System 32, rather. So, is there a way we can actually find this location? Well, I actually did end up finding it, and it's going to be in, we can go ahead and pivot off this, into user.dat, and we're going to go to where apps are started at launch of the operating system. And let's see, that's Microsoft, and then Windows, and then current version, and then run. And there you go, there it is right there. So there's our iExplorer.exe, but it's still located in temp, but we saw that according to the registry viewer right here, or sorry, the reg ripper, that it's also, I think it's this one, yeah. It was also planted in System 32. So we should be able to find it in System 32. Now that being said, one thing I want to show you real quick is that if we take this and we put it into CyberChef and run a magic on it, this is actually the first part of the flag. So that registry key is the first part of our flag, which is, it starts with personal evil. Now, they decided to do this in base 58 so that people couldn't just rep for the regex pattern for base 64. And that got me a bit, so that an admin was actually kind enough to point me in the right direction on that, so shout outs to him. Anyways, so I guess we can expect for flags to be in base 58. Now where's the second one? Well, let's actually go find our iExplorer64 executable. So we need to go to Windows, System 32, and it should just be located in there somewhere. Okay, and we'll just scroll down until we get to the eyes. Unfortunately, our search didn't just pull the executable back for us, but that's okay. All right, we should be somewhere near there. There it is. Awesome. Now let's go ahead and extract it. Oh. So unfortunately, sometimes, at least for me, autopsy gets kind of buggy. It's okay, we got it there, and then we can grab it and put it in our where all problems starts. All right, so now let's actually navigate to that file. And it should be under HeroCTF, forensics, and right here. So let's crack that sucker open in Notepad++. And if we come down, somewhere in here, hold up. Oh, I just saw it. If we come down, you'll actually find a big blob of base64 here. Now, if you decode that, you're not going to get anything, and that's fine. But what we are interested in is in these scheduled tasks. There's actually something being echoed out here, and that looks like another one of our base 58 strings. So let's try decoding that. Base 58. And that looks like the second part of our flag. But it looks like there's a final part. And real quick, I just want to go back to autopsy and just kind of take a look at the scheduled tasks file. So we want to actually try to find the scheduled task. Not that it matters, it's just cool to find it. And we'll just do a keyword search on that. Okay, and it looks like you can actually find it in the consolehistory.txt, which is located in your consolehistory.txt of your Windows PowerShell inside of your own app data folder. So that's where that's located. And as you can see, they call this scheduled task Apocalypse, so that's not good, right? Now, this leads me into my next thing, which is, where's the third flag? Now, this is the hardest flag to find, and that's because it's located in this bc.ps1 file, right? This PowerShell script. But what is this in reference to right here? Well, that's actually referencing the Windows subsystem for Linux. So that being said, we can easily get to that by going to, well, at least on here, we can easily get to that by going to, you know, our data source. And then all we have to go to is users, J Bertrand, app data, local packages. And then we're just looking for the Ubuntu package, right? Because that's the operating system it's looking at. So right here, it'll be this canonical group limited. And then you're gonna go in and you're gonna go to local state. And if you see this, that's actually a whole file system that's running under the .NET framework. So how can we essentially load this profile, if you wanna call it that, into our own box so we can actually navigate it? Well, it's very simple. First off, we just need to actually extract these files, and we'll extract them up here. Yeah, this looks good. If you see that old one, that's my Windows subsystem that I was playing around with for the challenge. We don't need it. But anyways, now that we have our Ubuntu profile there, we can take it and actually copy it over to the same location in our own system, right? So this is our app data local packages folder that's in my host machine. So all we need to do is copy this over here. And then we're just going to easily get into it using WSL. It'll automatically look for it for us. Give me 1 second. Oh, I copied the wrong one over, my fault. We actually want this one. And we don't want this 9146 in front of it. I'm not sure why that's there. That's annoying. Okay, now we can copy this over. I accidentally copied the old one over. All right, now if we run WSL, it should take us into the actual profile. Yep, see? User. If this was mine, it would have said almond milk there, but it doesn't. Now then, we have access into the system. So let's go to root. And as you can see, you have access to a pretty normal Linux file system. So if we come back to, let's just go to Notepad file since I kind of, oh, autopsy's glitching out again. Okay, yeah, we'll just look at it in here. If we look at this portion right here, we can see that the bc.ps1 file is in temp. So let's go to a temp. ls, and there it is. So what we can do is we can just cat it out. We could pull the file out, but there's really no need to. And you'll see all the malware that's going to be executed. Now, you don't need to run any of this or anything like that. what you're interested in is this comment up here. So we're going to copy that. I'm going to come back over to Cyber Chef, paste it in, and then we're going to do from base 60, well, from base 58, sorry. Oh, it's not readable. What? Huh. Did they use a different base for this one? Oh, they swapped this one to base 64. How annoying. Okay, well, let's go ahead and just grab that then. Oops, not that one. Here we go. Oops. Too many base 64s. All right. So the full flag is going to be Hero Personal Evil. In fact, let's make this a little bit easier on me. All right. So the full flag is going to be Hero Personal Evil, Malware Not Flag by Defender. Okay. So we'll copy each of these pieces over to our flag submission. And hopefully we'll get our points. And we did. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like and subscribe to the channel to show your support. Turn on post notifications to get regular injections of cyber content directly into your feed. Check out our Patreon, join our Discord, and follow us on Twitter. Links in the description box down below. And leave any feedback or questions in the comments section down below. This is Almond Milk. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, world.